Martin County is taking steps to keep children safe from sex offenders in hurricane shelters.
Yeah, a brand new ordinance passed last month requires that registered sex offenders be placed in separate areas away from everyone else at these shelters.
Our Al Peffley joins us at the sheriff's office in Stuart, who pushed for this change. Al?
When a hurricane warning is in effect and hurricane shelters are opening their doors, a lot of families with small kids may show up there. The new ordinance is expected to protect kids in hurricane shelters from registered sexual offenders and registered sexual predators.
These are sick individuals, sick in the head individuals that have done atrocious crimes. Some of them, in my opinion, unfortunately, aren't necessarily rehabilitated. They're out in the public, they reoffend, we rearrest, and I don't want them around our children.
Martin County has 10 hurricane shelters, and most of them are at schools. Martin County just passed an ordinance aimed at keeping registered sexual offenders and registered sexual predators away from kids who go to hurricane shelters with their parents.
There's plenty of rooms at these schools. We can put the sex offenders in a sequestered spot, and then our public is safe.
The ordinance passed by the Martin County Commission last month requires when a person arrives at a hurricane shelter, they have to notify a deputy on duty at the shelter that they're a registered sex offender or registered sexual predator, provide their name and date of birth and proof of identification. They'll be placed in a room at the shelter that is only for them, or they'll be taken to another hurricane shelter where they will be housed separately from families with kids that came to the shelter to stay safe during the hurricane.
It keeps our general public that is expecting us to keep them safe, doubly safe, safe from a hurricane and then safe from these offenders that could potentially be in those shelters with them.
Parents say the new ordinance seems to be a good idea.
I think that our children should be #1 priority, and keeping them safe, especially in an emergency when things can get kind of chaotic, should be #1.
I think it's a smart decision. I think that as long as those people that you are they are targeting have their own accommodations and can be sheltering in place when there's an emergency, but may be separated from children. I think that's a smart decision.
Martin County has over 150 registered sex offenders and predators. The sheriff says his detectives came up with the idea for this new ordinance because they realized there could be a possible problem if sexual offenders and predators are around small kids at hurricane shelters. They could possibly put those children in potential danger. In Stuart, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.